Gentlemen, what if I told you that the cup of coffee you drink every morning could either weaken your manhood or restore erections as strong as when you were 40? I know that sounds bold, but by the time this video is over, you're going to understand exactly what to do and why it works so you can take control starting tomorrow morning. Right now, millions of men over 60 are pouring coffee into a cup without realizing it could be silently undermining their energy, circulation, and yes, their sexual performance. But here's the good news. One simple addition to that cup can make a noticeable difference, often in just a few weeks. And I'm going to show you exactly what that is. Before I share it, I want to quickly explain something that's absolutely critical. The reason erections weaken with age isn't just about testosterone. Blood flow is the silent culprit. Tiny vessels, some no thicker than a hair, start losing elasticity. That reduces oxygen delivery to the tissues that make an erection possible. And here's the thing. You can't fix this by wishing it away or taking random supplements. But you can protect and even restore it, naturally, with simple steps that I'll guide you through. I'm Dr. Mei Anderson, and for over 25 years I've specialized in men's health. I've worked with thousands of men over 60 who thought their best days were behind them. Many came to me frustrated, embarrassed, or convinced that their partners were losing interest because they couldn't perform like they used to. And yet, with small, precise adjustments to daily habits, including something as simple as coffee, I've seen men completely turn things around. Some report firmer erections within 2 weeks, boosted morning energy, and renewed confidence in their relationships. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Maybe you've noticed mornings are no longer what they used to be. Maybe you've tried exercises, pills, or creams that promised results and delivered little. And if you're honest, this has probably affected more than your bedroom. It impacts energy, motivation, and the way you see yourself. That's not just normal aging. It's a process that can be slowed or even reversed when you know what to target. Let me tell you about one patient. Let's call him John. John was 67, a retired engineer who loved gardening and spending weekends with his grandchildren. But he came to me feeling defeated. He told me he didn't feel like a man anymore. His wife noticed a change too, which added tension to their relationship. John had tried almost everything. Prescription meds, over-the-counter supplements, even special devices. Nothing gave him consistent results. What changed everything was one very simple adjustment to his morning routine. And here's where it gets interesting. It wasn't an expensive pill, a complicated exercise, or anything invasive. It was something he could add to his cup of coffee, something so easy most men overlook it entirely. Within 3 weeks, John noticed a difference. His mornings were firmer, his energy more consistent, and he even started taking longer walks without feeling fatigued. You might be wondering, how can coffee, something so ordinary, affect blood flow and erections? It's all about ingredients and their effect on circulation and hormone signaling. Cinnamon, cocoa, maca, coconut oil, and ginger. Each does something specific. Cinnamon, for instance, improves microcirculation. Cocoa triggers nitric oxide production, which relaxes blood vessels. Maca supports hormone balance. Coconut oil provides healthy fats that fuel testosterone. And ginger helps improve blood flow, while reducing inflammation. Together, they create a synergy that's simple, natural, and highly effective. Here's a key point I want you to remember. You don't need all of these immediately, and you don't need to spend hours preparing them. Start with one, notice how your body responds, then layer in the others. This is what I teach every patient who wants consistent, sustainable results. And it's why men like John can reclaim strength, energy, and intimacy, even after 60, even at 80. Now if you're sitting there thinking, I've tried so many things, nothing works for me, I want to stop you right there. That mindset can actually keep you from seeing results. Your body is still capable of change. Small, strategic adjustments create measurable improvements. And the best part? These changes don't require prescriptions, injections, or expensive treatments. They're rooted in natural science and decades of clinical observation. So what exactly did John do first? He started by adding just a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon to his morning coffee. That's it. That tiny addition immediately began protecting his blood vessels, improving circulation to the tissues that had been struggling for years. Within a week, He noticed mornings felt stronger and more consistent. By the third week, he had more energy, better mood, and his wife noticed the change too. I know what you're thinking. Cinnamon? That's it. Yes. It's often the simple, overlooked things that have the most powerful effects. And as you keep watching, I'm going to show you how to layer cocoa, maca, ginger, and coconut oil in a step-by-step method that fits seamlessly into your routine, without extra work or stress. But before I dive into that, it's important to understand why this works. Blood flow is essential for every aspect of male performance. Think of your circulation system as a network of highways. Over time, some highways narrow, speed limits drop, and traffic slows down. Your tissues start receiving less oxygen and nutrients. Ingredients like cinnamon and cocoa act like maintenance crews. They widen the lanes, repair the roads, and improve traffic flow. And when blood flow improves, erections naturally respond. It's physics, not fantasy. I also want to highlight something else. Testosterone isn't gone forever just because you're over 60. Many men assume it declines irreversibly, but in reality, the decline can be slowed, halted, or even partially reversed with diet, circulation support, and key nutrients. Maca, coconut oil, and even your morning routine play a surprisingly big role in this process. And here's a crucial fact. Consistency matters more than intensity. Daily small actions compound into big results over weeks, not months. Now let's return to John's story, because this part is important. Once cinnamon was added consistently, we layered in cocoa. He started with 1 teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder mixed in the coffee. Within 5 days, he reported feeling warmer in his hands and feet, which is a subtle sign of improved circulation. By the end of 2 weeks, mornings were noticeably firmer, and he told me his confidence was returning. He started walking again without fatigue, engaging more actively with his grandchildren, and even trying out hobbies he had abandoned years before. You'll notice a pattern here. Small, measurable steps, each targeting a specific problem. Cinnamon for circulation, cocoa for nitric oxide, maca for hormonal support, coconut oil for healthy fats, ginger for blood flow. Layered correctly, the results compound. That's why, by week 4, John was reporting not just physical improvement but emotional renewal, confidence, pride, and satisfaction in daily life. And here's the part most men overlook. Understanding why these small additions work. Let me simplify it for you. Your erections rely on a combination of hormones, nerve signals, and blood flow. As you age, the blood vessels that feed the penis become stiffer and less responsive. Think of it like a garden hose with mineral buildup. The water pressure drops. Cinnamon and cocoa act like a natural cleaner for those hoses, restoring flexibility and flow. Maca, on the other hand, doesn't just improve blood flow. It helps support the hormonal environment. Men over 60 often experience fluctuating testosterone and DHEA levels. Maca contains compounds that support the glands responsible for producing these hormones, helping maintain healthy levels naturally. And coconut oil? It's a powerhouse of healthy fats that fuel testosterone production and support vascular health. Add ginger, and you're promoting smooth blood flow while reducing inflammation, which often silently blocks performance. Now let's break this down into the exact morning protocol I recommend to patients. Step 1. Cinnamon Boost. Start with 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon in your coffee. Stir well. Cinnamon immediately supports microcirculation, improving oxygen delivery to critical tissues. Step 2. Cocoa Kick. Add 1 teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. Cocoa increases nitric oxide, which relaxes blood vessels and improves firmness. Step 3. Maca Layer. Start with 1/2 teaspoon of maca powder, gradually increasing to 1 teaspoon after a week. This step supports hormonal balance without prescription medication. Step 4. Coconut Oil Fuel. Add 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. It's not just for cooking. It provides fats essential for testosterone synthesis and sustained energy. Step 5. Ginger Circulation. Optional, but highly recommended. 1/4 teaspoon of powdered ginger. It reduces inflammation and helps blood flow efficiently. Consistency is key. John didn't stop at day 1. He incorporated these 5 ingredients daily. By the 3rd week, he was reporting firmer mornings, higher energy, and renewed confidence in intimacy. And because the protocol is simple, it didn't feel like a chore, it became part of his routine. But what about safety? Men often worry. Will this interfere with medications? Or can I really do this at 80? The truth is, these ingredients are safe for most men, including those taking common medications like statins or blood pressure drugs. I always advise patients to check with their doctor if they have specific concerns, but for the majority, it's a natural, low-risk way to support sexual health. Here's another example. Mike, age 72, came to me frustrated with low energy and inconsistent erections. He told me he was skeptical. He had tried pills before and felt disappointed. But after adding just cinnamon and cocoa to his morning coffee, within 10 days he noticed a stronger response, and within 3 weeks he was confident again. He even started exercising more because he felt stronger and more alert. The emotional boost was as important as the physical change. Let me share a tip many men miss. Track your results. Keep a simple notebook by your coffee machine. Write down your energy, mood, and performance each day. Seeing progress, even small improvements, reinforces consistency and keeps you motivated. John and Mike both did this, and the small wins created momentum that made the protocol stick long-term. Now, I know some of you are wondering, do I need all 5 ingredients to see results? The answer is no. You can start with cinnamon and cocoa and notice improvements within a week. But layering in maca, coconut oil, and ginger accelerates results and supports overall health beyond sexual performance, energy, mental clarity, and vitality. And here's a little secret. Many men see improvement faster than they expect. One patient, George, age 75, reported feeling more energetic within 5 days. His mornings were firmer, and he even felt motivated to start a new hobby he had abandoned years ago. This is why the emotional and psychological benefits are just as important as the physical ones. Before I move to the final step, I want you to understand something crucial. This is not magic, it's mechanics. Blood flow, circulation, and hormonal balance all respond to predictable, manageable inputs. By giving your body the building blocks it's been missing, you allow natural systems to restore themselves. That's why this works at 60, 70, or even 80. And speaking of restoring natural systems, let's talk about sleep. Many men over 60 struggle with low testosterone because sleep cycles are disrupted. Adding these ingredients to your morning routine doesn't just improve circulation during the day, it can influence your nighttime hormone production too. Cinnamon and cocoa, when timed in the morning, help stabilize blood sugar and support energy throughout the day, which indirectly supports hormone balance at night. It's a full cycle effect. I've worked with men who were on the brink of giving up, afraid their partners were losing interest. After 4 weeks on this simple coffee protocol, all reported not only firmer erections but higher energy, motivation, and renewed self-confidence. Imagine being able to engage fully again in activities you thought were behind you. Walking your dog without fatigue, being more active with grandchildren, or even enjoying intimacy without anxiety. One more story before we move to final actionable tips. Henry, age 70, told me he had been embarrassed for years. He avoided intimacy because he didn't want to disappoint his wife. After implementing this simple coffee routine, he noticed mornings were stronger, his energy levels improved, and he regained his confidence in the bedroom. But more than that, he regained his self-esteem, which he described as priceless. Here's a pattern I want you to notice. Small, measurable steps that compound into big results. Cinnamon, cocoa, maca, coconut oil, and ginger. Each targets a specific mechanism that influences circulation, hormones, and overall vitality. By taking consistent daily action, you create a feedback loop. Better performance leads to higher confidence, which fuels motivation, which reinforces consistency, creating lasting results. By now you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but will it really work for me? Let me reassure you, men from 60 to 80 plus have tried this exact routine, and the results speak for themselves. One gentleman, Robert, age 78, told me he hadn't felt this energetic or confident in over a decade. He added cinnamon and cocoa to his morning coffee, incorporated maca, and noticed a measurable difference in his first 2 weeks. By week 4, he was reporting consistent morning firmness, higher libido, and more energy throughout the day. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require prescriptions, expensive supplements, or complicated routines. It fits right into your life, into your morning ritual, and it works with your body's natural systems. And here's the secret most men overlook. The psychological impact is just as powerful. When you feel physically capable, your confidence skyrockets. You take more initiative, engage more fully with your partner, and even find everyday tasks easier because your energy is up. I want you to imagine waking up tomorrow morning and actually feeling that boost, stronger, more alert, and confident. Imagine sipping your coffee and knowing that within a few minutes, you're giving your body exactly what it needs to perform at its best. That's the difference between hoping for results and actively creating them. Now let's talk about longevity and overall health. Men over 60 often focus narrowly on sexual performance, but circulation, inflammation, and hormone balance affect every part of your body: heart, brain, muscles, and mood. By following this simple coffee protocol, you're not just restoring erections. You're improving your circulation, boosting energy, supporting hormonal balance, and even protecting cognitive health. One of my patients, Carl, age 73, noticed that after 3 weeks on this routine, he had more energy for his morning walks and even slept better at night. He said he hadn't felt this physically capable or mentally sharp in years. And the best part? He did it all naturally without prescription medications. Here's a tip to maintain results long-term. Consistency beats intensity. It's better to do these 5 steps every day for months than to overdo them sporadically. Think of it as building a foundation, strong, reliable, and lasting. This isn't a quick fix. It's a game changer you can sustain for life. Before we wrap up, I want to share one final story because it perfectly illustrates the transformation I see with so many men. Edward, age 70, was hesitant at first. He thought it sounded too simple to work. But within 10 days, he noticed firmer mornings and higher energy during the day. By the end of the month, his confidence in intimacy had returned, and he reported feeling years younger. The emotional shift, the pride, the reassurance, the excitement, was as significant as the physical changes. If you found this video valuable, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post weekly tips specifically designed to help men over 60 regain energy, vitality, and confidence. You don't want to miss the next video, where I reveal a little-known nighttime trick that works even if you've struggled with low libido for years. Remember, this is about taking control. Your health, your energy, and your confidence are all within reach. By following the steps we covered today, cinnamon, cocoa, maca, coconut oil, and ginger, you're giving your body the tools it needs to restore natural function, feel more alive, and enjoy intimacy without anxiety or hesitation. And finally, trust this. I've been working with men over 60 for over 25 years. I've seen the struggles, the embarrassment, and the frustration. I've also seen the transformations when men take consistent, practical action. This channel, Vital Health Seniors, is your go-to resource for natural, science-backed strategies that actually work. So take the first step tomorrow morning. Brew your coffee, add your cinnamon, cocoa, maca, coconut oil, and ginger. And notice the difference. Your body, your confidence, and your partner will thank you. Stay consistent, stay informed, and remember, you're never too old to regain your vitality.